In the age of reboots, remakes, sequels, cinematic universes, and superhero movies, it's easy for great smaller original films to get overshadowed. So I decided I would make a list of these films. This list will be for flops that deserved better, well-received films that I don't hear people talking about, and overlooked gems. To avoid being repetitive, I will be excluding movies that I already talked about, so you won't be seeing any animated movies and The Northman here. Also, I will be excluding The Menu, because while it flopped, it has found a second life on streaming. With that being said, here are my underrated movies of 2022. But first, I have some honorable mentions. Metal Lords, The Territory, Incantation, Do Revenge, and 3,000 Years of Longing. Now on to the list. Number 10, Hustle. This is what I want more from Adam Sandler. The Sandman showed that he can do dramatic roles, and this is another example. Let me just say, I am not a basketball fan, or sports fan for that matter, but watching this has given me a whole new appreciation for basketball, as you don't have to be a basketball fan to enjoy it. Number 9, Wildcat. Expect more documentaries here. Anyway, this film documents Harry Turner, a young British soldier dealing with depression and PTSD, finding a second chance in life by raising an orphaned baby ocelot. This film tackled mental health and environmentalism, and while it was a bit hard to watch at times, it was also cute and inspiring. Number 8, The Swimmers. Based on the real-life story of sisters Yusra and Sarah Merdina on their journey from war-torn Syria to the 2016 Rio Olympics. This film was emotional but also inspiring. Not to mention, Natalie and Manuel Aissa do a great job. Plus, I like how the film brings to light the Syrian refugee crisis. Number 7, 13 Lives. Another film based on real-life events, this time on the Tham Lang cave rescue in 2018. This film was intense. Ron Howard's direction was solid, the film was very claustrophobic, and the soundtrack really elevated things. And I liked how this film was not only respectful to real-life events, but also Thai culture as well. Number 6, Till. Yet another film based on real-life events. This was about Mamie Till's fight for justice after the lynching of her 14-year-old son, Emmett, in 1955. This film did a great job at showcasing Mammy's love for Emmett for the short amount of time he was on screen, and you feel Mammy's pain and struggles. Another thing I liked about this movie was that it points out that racism has not ended and the fight for equality is still going on. Number 5, See How They Run. Recently, there has been a resurgence in the whodunit genre, and See How They Run is another welcome addition. This film captured a good 50s aesthetic, and it had a nice stylized approach. It was also balanced out with the mystery and the comedy. Not to mention the performances were well done, the standouts being Saoirse Ronan and Sam Rockwell, who play off each other really well. Number 4, Babylon. It saddens me this movie flopped, because it was a wild ride that was worth seeing on the big screen. Babylon takes place when Hollywood was transitioning from the silent era to sound. My favorite thing about this movie is that while indulging in old-school cinema nostalgia, it also shows how making these movies was a really painful process, almost to the point you could feel it. It also acknowledged it wasn't all glamour and fun back then, diving into the hardships of minorities and women. Number 3, Inside the Mind of a Cat. I'm more of a dog person, but I have to say that this documentary is very informative and shows that cats are equally awesome in their own right. Not to mention it had some creative visuals and presentations. Plus, it's just cute. Number 2, Sirens. This documentary follows Slave to Sirens, Lebanon's first and only all-female metal band battling sexism, censorship, and each other in their journey to become thrash metal stars. Now I've listened to Slave to Sirens, and I can say they are legit, despite only releasing an EP and a single. This documentary increased my love and respect for the band, as the film showed the hardship these women must face on a daily basis and their hard work. If you're a fan of metal and badass women, this film is for you. And if you're not, this documentary is still worth checking out. Number 1. Jurassic Punk. When I found out there was a documentary about the guy behind the effects for Jurassic Park, you bet I was interested. Jurassic Punk follows Steven Spaz Williams, the animator who helped revolutionize visual effects with the film Jurassic Park, and how his reckless behavior and harsh words led him to get blacklisted from the film industry. This documentary was a real eye-opener, showing that the people who work on the behind-the-scenes stuff don't get the credit they truly deserve. This film is worth watch as it reveals a lot. So those are my underrated movies of 2022. Did you see any films that you feel deserve more love? Let me know in the comments. Next time, I will be talking about the top 10 disappointing movies of 2022. See you then! Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, share, and subscribe.